Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sardana. This is season 3 of our daily answer writing initiative. If you're new to this initiative, let me tell you that we have linked this initiative to our website and to the 2:30 p.m. weekly subject-wise current affairs discussion that takes place from Monday to Saturday. Every day we teach you a topic at 2:30 p.m. and a question related to that topic is asked. It's also uploaded on our website, and you are given some time, you're given a few days to send your answers to us here at rajisacademy.com in this mains answer writing section. So, in the mains answer writing section, a series of questions have been uploaded. One of the discussions for those questions will be taken today, and I'll teach you how to approach answer writing, how to write a good answer for mains. In the comment section, you can share your pictures there, and if you have any problems, just let us know in the comments of this video. If you are finding this very tricky, finding the website and clicking on the mains answer writing, what you can do is the link to today's question is available in the description of this video. Click on that link, it will take you to the question, it will take you to our website and post your answers there. So, that's how easy it is. So, the question for day 13, this topic was taken on Monday by Piyush sir. It was about parliamentary committees and their significance, and Rajya Sabha Secretariat has recently come up with some recommendations to make changes in parliamentary committees to make their efficiency better, to increase their efficiency. So, explain the significance of the parliamentary committee system. It's a very simple question that how parliamentary committee system of India is important. See, it is not the parliamentary system, it is the parliamentary committee system. Highlight the major issues associated with it. So, since there were amendments brought in, so what were the issues? What are the issues prevailing in these parliamentary committees? Answer in 150 words. So, we'll see how you can finish your answer in just 150 words. Talking about the introduction, we'll start by telling the examiner that what is the parliamentary committee system. So, we'll tell that legislations, they happen, there are a lot of sessions, there are 3 sessions that in which the parliament is convened. It is convened thrice a year. So, the average number of days that the parliament sits for is just 67 years. So, to research and to do that deep evaluation of any bill, any policy, these committees are needed, and that's why we have these committees in place. Whatever is written in green, that is important from the discussion point of view. The full answer is available on our website. You don't have to read it here. Just with me learn what should be written in the introduction. So, in the introduction, you have to talk about what are parliamentary committees, why parliamentary system parliamentary committee system has been adopted in India. So, here as you can see in green, this is the definition and this is the need here. As you can see that visible part of Parliament's work takes place on the floor of the House, and Parliament meets for 3 sessions a year, that is budget, monsoon and winter. This part of Parliament's work is televised and closely watched, so a lot of discussion cannot take place, the research part cannot happen. So, Parliament has this another forum through which a considerable amount of work gets done. This information has been taken from the PRS Legislative Research website. The link is also there on our website, that is rajisacademy.com. We'll also attach that in the description. So, in case you want to read the full article, you can go to that government website. So, these committees are basically smaller units of MPs from both houses across political parties, and they function throughout the year. So, unlike the meetings of houses or sessions of houses which are convened at some points of time in the year, these committees function throughout the year. These smaller group of MPs study and deliberate on a range of subject matters, bills, budget and all the ministries. So, see, you can use just 2-3 lines in your introduction. The entire information is not necessary. If you can think of something else, if you want to talk about that there are 2 types of committees, standing and ad hoc or things like that, you can write about that also, but keep the introduction very short. We are giving you a long introduction so that you have more ideas about the content. Now, coming to the body paragraph 1, the significance part. So, the first significance is, since committees meet throughout the year, they help make up for this lack of time on the floor of the House. As I told you that the average time for which the Parliament sits together is 67 years per year. This is the average number of days, and in 67 years a lot of policies cannot be finalized, bills cannot be finalized, they cannot be read from page to page. So that's why these parliamentary committees come into picture, because they are present throughout the year. Secondly, Parliament deliberates on matters that are complex and therefore needs technical expertise. But as you know that in Parliament are MPs who sit in the Parliament, who are our representatives, they might not have a technical expertise. हो सकता है अगर कोई somebody is associated with the Ministry of Science, does not have a science background at all, तो वो technical जो acts पास करने हैं या जो policies बनानी है उसके लिए technical experts की ज़रूरत होगी, और वो parliamentary committees में लाए जा सकते हैं, and that technical expertise can be taken. Committees help with this by providing a forum where members can engage with domain experts and government officials during the course of this study. So this was seen in the case of when the surrogacy bill was brought in with regards to rights of women and their rights of surrogate women and children. So जब ये bill लाया गया था, so a lot of doctors, a lot of women rights activists, they had to be put into the picture. Normally just a minister or just the parliament cannot do justice in passing such kind of bills or acts. So committees, the third point is that they also provide a forum for building consensus across political parties. If you have read about parliamentary committees in your regular polity notes, you must know that कि काफ़ी like some committees are headed by leaders of opposition. Also there is this system of proportional representation in many of the committees, and that happens by a single transferable vote. So proportional representation की वजह से जितनी parties available हैं, जितनी parties parliament में बैठी हैं और जितनी उनकी membership है, they receive the same kind of representation in committees also. So all political parties can come together and without fighting they can reach to a consensus. So that's what this point means. Now the fourth point is that over the years committees have immensely contributed to strengthen the laws passed by parliament, even if some laws are passed by parliament and some amendments are needed, so that research work can be taken up by these committees, which is not possible in the regular meetings of parliament. And one of the examples is the Consumer Protection Act of 2019. A lot of amendments were brought to this later, one or two amendments were brought to this later after recommendations of parliamentary committees. Also apart from these regular day-to-day activities and policy making, these departmental related standing committees, they also examine the budget. See, budget जब आता है, the discussion cannot take place on the floor of the house because the time is very less. So these standing committees, हर department की standing committee budget analyze करती है, and only after that thorough analysis, the budget is passed. The detailed estimates of expenditure of all ministries called demand for grants are sent for examination to these departmental related standing committees, and they study the demands to examine the trends in allocation, spending by the ministries, utilization levels and the policy priorities of each ministry. However, only a limited proportion of budget is usually discussed on the floor of the house because time is not available. So that's where the role of these committees comes into the picture. And next they also examine policy issues, and they also take a follow-up. We have a separate committee to take follow-up from ministers regarding the promises that they make on the floor of the house. Also there is this action taken report that is prepared by almost all the parliamentary standing committees. ये एक action taken report prepare करती हैं जिसमें लिखा होता है कि कौन से minister ने कौन सी demand को satisfy किया है, कौन से promises को fulfill किया है, and according to their recommendations if any steps have been taken in the positive direction or not. So this was the broad significance. You can add points from your side also if you are following any other polity notes. So add significance of parliamentary committees from your side, otherwise this is your answer. The next part is the issues associated with parliamentary committees. First of all, I told you that political parties की representation equitable होती है parliamentary committees में, but you also have to see that though the representation is equitable, politicians are not present. attendance of politicians or members of standing committees or parliamentary committees, that's an issue. So attendance of members is a very big issue, as you can see in this next slide also. This is by the print, and this is a news from 2021 October. They say that Parliament has had no standing committees for a month, and MPs attendance is one reason why, that MPs are not coming, they are not attending the meetings. So that's why parliamentary committees बैठ ही नहीं पा रही हैं. Also, recommending a bill to a parliamentary committee is not mandatory. कुछ countries में mandatory होता है कि जो bill है वो research के लिए, वो analysis के लिए इन committees के पास जाना चाहिए. For example, the United Kingdom is one such example, but India में that power lies with the chairperson of Rajya Sabha or the speaker of Lok Sabha. So many a times it is seen कि अगर सिर्फ एक ही political party majority में है and the opposition is very weak or there is no opposition at all, so that political party dominates, and जो speaker होता है they do not refer many bills for research and analysis to parliamentary committees, and that bill bypasses due process. So currently it is not mandatory to refer a bill to a committee in some so by giving discretionary power to the chair, the system has been specially rendered weak in a Lok Sabha where the ruling party has a brute majority. And final point, this is something that we study in the case of financial committees, जो standing committees होती हैं, जिनके पास financial powers होती हैं, that their recommendations, they are not binding on ministers or any other authorities. So that's a downside to it. Also, in the Monday discussion, this all doesn't have to be read by you in case a question is asked about how to improve them. So this is additional information. On Monday, Piyush sir discussed about recommendations of Rajya Sabha which have come regarding parliamentary committees recently, that 1 hour should be allocated to each committee for discussion on the floor of the house कि उन्होंने क्या research किया है, and the tenure of these committees is 1 year. After that they are dissolved and a new committee is formed, new people come in. So it has been asked to increase the tenure also and many other recommendations. So either you can use this information in your conclusion, this is available on our website also, this is there on our Monday 2:30 PM current affairs discussion also, or you can just simply, because this is a 150 words answer, just write a 150 words, just write one line conclusion and say that strengthening these committees is the need of the hour because they in a way strengthen our democracy. Research carry out करके हर एक बिल को के एक एक पार्ट को ड्यूली रिसर्च करके उसको देख कर एंड बाय वेइंग ऑल द प्रोज एंड कॉन्स, दैट्स हाउ दे कम अप विद अ रिपोर्ट, एंड that process is time consuming, but that is very necessary for a healthy democracy. So that's how you frame your answer. Write this in paragraph format if you want, but since you have been asked about the significance and the issues, so directly, so what you can do is use a point approach or just draw a flow chart or a schematic so that you can cut down on words. Share your answers with us if you haven't written the answer already. Keep writing, keep practicing, that's how you grow. In fact, if you were not very confident about prelims, let me tell you one thing, that when you write answers, your brain has to go a certain level of exercise to remember things. So the information is provided. After watching this video, try to recall what all you have learned from this, or if you cannot recall, just read the sample answer on our website. Try to recall, try to write it down and then frame a structure for your answer. It will improve your, it will add to your muscle memory, it will improve your retaining power, and it will also increase your chances to crack prelims next time if you haven't already. So stay tuned, keep working hard, and I'll see you tomorrow with another discussion.